Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're at the very top of Peyia. We've got a view to die for, and we'd like you to come on a little drive with us. So we're going to start with a view, drive, and end with a view. Here's that view. Have a look at that. Now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the world, and her name is Miss Ochin. Grazie via la bouffe.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again.
And again, so stick with us. We're going to follow the rear end of Grazie la bouffe, and she is in charge of the Kathikas, and we're going to go on that little drive up to Kathikas. We're going to dismount, and we're going to show you the drive, and we're going to show you a great grand finale of a view. Let's get the Grazie in the car. Are you comfortable, Miss la bouffe? Excellent. Seating belt on. So stick with us. We're going for the mount up to Kathikas, and then we're going to go for the dismount. So stick with us. We're promising you views to die for. We always show you Paphos that little bit different, because we're that little bit more stupid, should we say. Grazie?
No, we are not stupid, Mr. Paul. We are very clever. Very clever we are.
Right, come on, Grazie la bouffe. Let's get the Kathikas into gear. Seating belts are on. Grazie's looking beautiful. You know the way?
Well, you have to tell me. There's one way.
There's only one way we're going to go. That's it. So we're joining the main up road from Peyia. So we come through Peyia village. We stop to show you the spectacular view. We're going to continue for about a mile, and then we could go left down to Kathikas St George and the Sea Caves area, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go right, and we're going to wiggle and we're going to waggle all the way to the beautiful village known as Kathikas, and we're going to take you with us, and we'd like you to come with us. When we get there, we're going to dismount and again show you a view that is quite simply to die for. So this is the road I'm talking about. If you go left, you would go down to Kathikas St George, but we're going to go right, and we're going to go to Kathikas, which is 7 kilometers, so approximately 4 to 5 miles. So we're going to wiggle and waggle. We're going to watch the speed limit, because I warn you, if you've got your own car, stealing a car, borrowing a car, or renting a car, this stretch of road now, it's very easy to speed on. The limit is 50. So if you travel at 60 kilometers an hour, you are fine. But the moment you go over 65, the Gumbarus are often at the top or at the bottom, and they're going to willingly take some money off you, that's for sure. So this is a forest area now. This is a protected area above Peyia. Although some of the people are trying to get those rules changed so they can build villas. There is the odd villa built amongst the forest, but it's a very nice place. There's a picnic area coming up on our right hand side, and that's where we went and did an insight into Marika and me the week before last. And if you do like those kind of videos, again, please drop it in the comments. If you want to know more about Mr. Paul, more about the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Ochin Grazie la bouffe, you tell us what you want to know, and we'll do our very best to make that special video for you. That's the Paniki picnic site sign there, and this is the main entrance to it there on the right. So there's picnic area, there's tables in the shade, and some great forest walks, obviously, and some wonderful views, that's for sure. Grazie?
I have never seen so many trees as there are at the moment in this area.
It's a very forestry area at all. The only place that comes close to this is probably up in the Trudos Mountains. Again, another protected and very green area indeed. As you can see through the trees there, just over to the right, there is the construction going on of a multi-million euro villa, and it's got a view to die for, that's for sure. It's difficult to show you the views across because this road has been dug out into the mountainside, but I think the viewers who drive up, to be honest, is quite a pleasant mountain drive. So stick with us for around about 10 minutes, and we're going to get to Kathikas, dismount, and again show you a beautiful view across the lands out towards the sea from Kathikas, a very popular village with retirees, whether you be English, Russian, German, French, whatever you are. There's many foreign nationalities who live up in Kathikas. Again, there are more foreign nationals living in Kathikas than there are locals. Receiving?
I would like to say also that these roads are not very easy to drive because of the hilly area around. But if you are very, very careful, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Ian is hiring a little hire car, so he says, and he doesn't even think it'll do 100 kilometres an hour. You are going to have to work the gearbox, whether it's manual or automatic, coming up that hill. It's a very, very steep and long gradual hill, if you understand. Once you get up to this area here now, the midpoint, it levels out a little bit, and then we drop down a bit, and then we wiggle and we waggle up again. Again, either side of the road, you may have noticed there are some villas. The ones on the left hand side, they're not quite as expensive because their view is not quite as spectacular as the views that are on the right hand side. Those villas to the right are built literally on a sheer cliff which looks down over Peyia. And the cliff is known as Panamara, and it gives you a great view, that's for sure. As we look out towards the left, if you look carefully, you can see lots of properties scattered about, and we can now see as far as Inya, and on top of the mountain over there is an army camp. A beautiful area indeed, very nice. A bit cooler in the summer, but obviously in the winter you're going to pay that little bit more for your heating bills, because obviously it's that little bit cooler. But to be honest, it's a beautiful place to live. And if you continue after Kathikas for about 15 minutes, you will end up in the resort town of Paphos. And then a bit further up the coastline, a further 5 minutes, you will go into the area known as Latchi, which obviously is right on the beach, Latchi Beach, and you've got water sports and all those kind of things going on. If you go the other direction, you come to a place called Argaka, and you keep going and you keep going, and it's scattered along there with nice little resorts that face out to the beautiful Mediterranean blue Mediterranean Sea. And so again, a very tranquil place. Often people come to Paphos and don't go to Kathikas, they don't go to Latchi, and they don't go to Paphos. And perhaps you should, because you might be missing something very special indeed. You see it?
It's very spectacular. From what I can see now, over there, it's wonderful, amazing view.
It's a spectacular view.
Opens a beautiful view there.
It truly is. A sheer cliff drop, and it frames the village of Peyia. Quite a big village Peyia is, but it's still referred to as Peyia village. Again, we're back onto the main road, and we're going to wiggle and we'll waggle, and we are a couple of minutes away from Kathikas. And again, as Christina LaBouffe was telling, this road is quite windy. It's the kind of road that encourages you to put your foot down, to do that bit of speeding, but some of the gradients and some of the curves, as this one here is now, are quite severe. So please, if you haven't been on this road before, please stick to the 60. And as I've told you, there are various points along here that the Gumbarus do like to hang out in, with a cigarette in one hand, a frappe in the other, and a speed gun sitting on the hood of the car. But if they see you coming, yes, Christina?
Especially with the first rains in these turny around roads. The first rains always are very dangerous on the hilly ways.
Well, they are very dangerous because all through the summer the roads are baked with, well, all sorts of mess, should we say, from oil and tar and all sorts of bits and bobs. When the rains come, the roads then turn into a bit of a skating ring. As I would say, when it first rains, we get very busy indeed. If you understand, I've got a body shop, so lots of cars are used to driving on the road at 50 kilometers an hour. They then go to touch their brakes and they find ouch as they hit that lamppost. Anyway, this is technically Kathikas, and you've got a restaurant coming up here, very popular with locals and expats alike. As you can see, Sunday afternoon, just before lunch, and well, that car park is pretty full. And again, it's got a great view off its raised terrace out towards the blue Mediterranean Sea, which looks straight over Sea Caves and Argus St George, which is St George, and out towards the harbour. So keep going, Grasivi. We're going to get into the village of Kathikas. You've got a donkey farm coming up here. There's a cafe and a donkey farm, so if you want to go and run a donkey, that could be the place for you to go. Quite reasonable prices, the way I understood it. It's about 25 euros for an hour on a guided tour around some of these fields. And again, Kathikas is very famous for wineries. There's 1 or 2 wineries up here, so if you're into that kind of thing, drop it in the comments and maybe we'll go make that special video for you, that's for sure. Now, Christina LaBouffe, keep going a bit further. This is the entrance now to the older part of Kathikas, but we're going to keep going. And what we're looking for is a spectacular view to finish the video with. So you keep going, Grasivi. I'll see if I can find that view. And when I tell you to stop, hit those brakes with all of your force. Because out there is the blue Mediterranean Sea, that's for sure. But we want a nice clear view to show you the beauty of this village. Because it is a lovely, lovely place to come and visit. Or perhaps if you're considering looking for somewhere to retire, it could be the perfect place for you. So keep going, Grasivi LaBouffe. Let's go that little bit further. And just a bit further there is a lay-by where we can pull over, and that's where we're going to stop and grasp the glimpse of the blue Mediterranean Sea across the stop. Here we go. Let's pull in here, Grasivi.
Here?
Yep, let's stop there. We're going to go for a dismount, climb on a rock or two, and we're going to show you a spectacular view. Because we're a long way from that blue Mediterranean Sea, that's for sure. But if you stand on the right viewpoint, you get a truly spectacular view. So let's get on these rocks and show you the view down the V, and that V takes you all the way down to Argos St George and the Akamas area, and it's a spectacular view. Here it comes. It doesn't get much better than that. Well, we all know that it does, because I've got a lady called Ochin Grasivi LaBouffe, and she's the most beautiful woman in the world. There's a rear end and there's a front end. Grasivi?
Well, it's beautiful. I have never been here. It's amazing how, you know, it's like a nature's gift that I've seen now. And it's beautiful. If we go further down to the mountains, it would be even more amazing. But all the views in Cyprus are beautiful and wonderful. You have to come and see them by your own eyes. We want to tell you many thanks for watching. Many thanks for your time and attention. We loving you to bits, and come to see another of our madnesses, please.
What's left me say is thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Please come back for a little bit more of our madness. And again, if you want to help the channel grow, well, you know the routine by now. Click through to our about page. You can consider buying us a coffee, help the channel to grow. And you can also scroll down under the video title. You've got share, download. Next to that, if you scroll across a bit, you've got the super thanks button. And again, you can make a small contribution to the channel. Let's get one final kiss from Ochin Grasivi LaBouffe. And I say thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching again and again. We loving you again and again. Bye bye again and again. What about Chuck Norris?
Go on then, Chuck.
Chuck and Norris.
And Jackie Chan's joining the party next week. Go on, let's follow your rear end. Get yourself in the car. There it goes. Look at that. It doesn't get much better than that. Thanks for watching.